to see three good movies. That's how I start this. So, this is our movie review episode of the Chad and Tyler Awesome Adventure. If you're new to this is I'm Tyler. This is Chad. We review movies. We do unboxing for toys, video games, and whatever we can find that will bring viewers in. So, if you're new to us, welcome. If you're back, welcome back. So today we're reviewing three movies we saw. Three are Jane and Silent Bob Reboot, Curse of La Llorona, and Annabelle Comes Home. So yes, a stoner comedy mixed with two great horror films. Yes, so our movie taste is all over the map. And if people are wondering what our name came from, it's from a movie called Bill and Ted's Awesome Adventures, where our name came from, because the movie is one of our favorites. So let's see how many people join in and who have seen it. You can tell us what you thought of the three films if you've seen them. If you haven't seen any of them, we won't spoil anything. We'll just talk about what we thought, what we didn't like, what we liked, and if we've seen another one. So what should we start with? Should we start with the another stoner film, or should we start with the Conjuring 2? Two from the Conjuring.
Probably the Curse of La Llorona. We'll see if people join in, and then we'll go from there.
So Curse of La Llorona. If people don't know, again, that's another small tie-in to the Conjuring universe that has about, 8 movies now?
I think so.
8 movies. This film is based on a Mexican folklore. So if you like the Conjuring series, you'll enjoy this one. I'm not going to give away what ties it into Conjuring. This movie was really good. I felt the story was greatly written. The horror was, better than normal, and the directing was good. I don't know who directed it. I know James Wang, who started it all, did produce it, but again, it was still in his element. I enjoyed it. I didn't get a chance to see it when it was in the big screen, but I did enjoy it. I enjoy horror. I mean, we both enjoyed it. The title, I think we butchered, or I did. So, if you're trouble butchering it too, we use a wrestler's name to save us to trying to say it. But again, the movie was good. I would give it my personal review a 4 out of 5. It's something I would definitely watch again, not right away, but down the road, to keep up with The Conjuring. And I enjoyed the acting of everybody in that film. It was, again, a 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, Curse of La Llorona was one of the better horror movies, I think, of 2019. That brings us to our next one, would be Annabelle. And then we'll touch on some of the newer ones that are coming out.
Annabelle. Well, why don't you start with that one, since
Annabelle? It's the third installment in the Annabelle franchise.
That's just the third film.
Not really too much really to go off of for that one.
That one, quick way review. If you like the Conjuring itself and the Annabelle series, this one's more, I would say, towards the Conjuring series more than Annabelle, because it tackles quite a lot, and it was superb. Another one we both wish we saw. Well, we got to see this one in theaters, but our local theater in Ottawa zoomed it out so fast. We got to see it, and I gave it again. I think, excuse me, I would say 3 to 4 out of 5 for that one.
For the Annabelle?
Yeah, excuse me.
Yeah, I think about 4 out of 5. It was pretty decent.
So far, the Conjuring series hasn't disappointed. Is there anything in the Annabelle film that you didn't like, that you would have changed a bit, or did you find the film anything you liked, disliked?
I thought most of that film was pretty solid. It was cool they didn't really focus too much on the doll, and they changed things up and they focused more on the elements and the artifacts inside the house instead of just the doll. For another film, that was pretty good that they were able to do that, and that scares, like, they built up the scares, but it worked.
Yeah, it worked. They didn't try to force them down our throats like a lot of scares do. I did read that there is number 4 coming, so again, if you really like the Conjuring series, do watch The Curse of La Llorona and Annabelle Comes Home, because we are getting a 4th Annabelle film. And coming, I'm going to tie this in, coming September 11th, this fall, is The Conjuring 3, the final film for the Warrens. It's called The Devil Made Me Do It. It's based on a case that got worldwide. Um, I'm missing a word here. Worldwide recognition, based it being on CBS News back in the 70s. This was their final case in real life, so this film is going to tackle that. I don't know much else about it. I mean, I'm trying to find things out. And also from The Conjuring coming up, I think we're getting The Nun 2. We're supposed to get that somewhere down on. And The Crooked Man. Whoa, that was hard in my eyes. And The Crooked Man. Again, The Crooked Man, Nun 2 are also tied in The Conjuring. Every film is based in the 70s, so we don't go any further than the 70s. But again, this is one film series that I really enjoy. We both really enjoy. I'll correct myself. We both like. We're both excited to see how they end the one saga, and that's the Warrants story, and then what else horror coming up? Another film series we both like. I totally forgot about it. Was Halloween.
Halloween Kills coming out in October. There's not really much else known about that besides a couple cast members that are announced.
Hey. Another horror film that's coming out. We're two horror films that we're on the fence about, and that is
the Saw reboot.
Spiral. From the book of Saw and
the Candyman
reboot. We're on the fence. We both love those series. We just don't know what Chris Rock, yes, comedian, is going to do for the Saw 9 / reboot. And then we got I'm blanking all of a sudden here. Candyman, no. Who's producing it? That's where I'm blanking.
What's his Jordan Peele.
Thank you. Jordan Peele is producing the other one. So we'll wait and see. Trailers are still on the way. Maybe they both will be good, and the trailers will get us hyped. Or the trailers could pull a Chucky and make us go, why did we sit through that?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what they do. The first Saw, if Tobin Bell's part of it in any way, it could be decent as long as it's got a good storyline. But Chris Rock doing a horror movie kind of has me a little bit worried about the Saw franchise. Because it's kind of weird to have a comedian take over the role of directing a horror movie when he's never directed a horror movie before.
I don't think I think he's producing it. I don't think he's he wrote the story. He's not producing or directing. All he did was write the story. He inspired this film, his story. I don't think he's directing. I could be wrong. What other horror films are coming out this year that we're excited for, that we're on the fence for? I'm trying horror right now. I'm trying to think what else is coming out that's horror. Horror related. I guess Parasite, the movie that got a Korean horror film that got up for Best Picture. I've heard great things about it, but like my friend and I both said, we don't think we'll see it because we don't want to sit through subtitles for an hour, whatever how long this movie is. But I have heard great things about it now since it's up for Best Picture. Also, director Bong Joon-ho is the director's name. If it came down to watching a movie because nothing was on, I'd probably watch it, but otherwise, congratulations to it, but I don't think it's something we'll see. Horror, come on, brain. What else is coming out horror? Anything else that's really big or just those?
There's the Pumpkinhead reboot, but we don't know much about the Pumpkinhead reboot at this point.
Correct, we don't know much about it.
Other than it's looking for a director or something.
I think director, we're silly. Chucky, the TV series.
Yep.
We don't know. In the States, it's going to Sci-Fi?
Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi, so if it's The Turning.
The Turning, yeah.
Thank you. Turning, do we want to see that? The trailers look good, but the movie ain't doing so good at all in the theater, sadly. I do like Finn Wolfhard, because he's a Canadian, I like his acting, but...
He's great in Stranger Things, and he was great in It Chapter 1.
Yeah, wasn't he in 2 for a bit also?
Through flashback scenes, he was in It Chapter 2, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we'd go to see this, but maybe when it comes to like cheap rent or free on Netflix, we'll see it. Other horror. Well, other movies coming out this year that I'm excited for is Wonder Woman 1984, Black Widow. Yes, I'm a comic book fan. I'm kind of making it obvious when I said all that. What else is coming out? Sonic, that comes out on Valentine's Day, so Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
I knew if it got one. Now we're not. You touch on that one, and I'll continue what I just said. You touch on that one.
Well, I don't really know what to touch on. I didn't really like the first one, but I don't really know how the second one's gonna go with.
The second one's.
It could be good.
Could be good.
I don't really know on that one.
You haven't watched the trailer yet.
No.
There's a horror movie coming out.
The Terrifier 2.
Terrifier 2. How can we forget that?
The remake. They're not the remake. The sequel to the first Terrifier movie.
There we go.
Which, if you look at it from like a slasher kind of horror movie,
it's not that bad.
It's not as bad as people make it out to seem as like in a slasher horror kind of sense movie.
It's a nice change of pace for slasher.
But a movie with like a story and stuff like that, it's kind of just all over the map with the story and stuff. But
the slasher part was cool.
It was a cool odd to the old school slasher movies. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, and interesting to see where they go with Terrifier 2.
True. So let's ask this question. So because there's two people on, or AJ's obviously on.
The Grudge, yes. The Grudge looked really good. I didn't get a chance to see The Grudge, but that did look like a really good movie.
No, I don't think it's in theaters anymore, is it?
It might be out of theaters.
Ugh, Marlock.
But Sam Raimi, he always does really great jobs with horror films. Like, his catalog is huge. Like, Evil Dead, Sam Raimi did a fantastic job. The original Spider-Man movies before the new Spider-Man movies were great. He did those as well.
How else did he do?
I don't know.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he did Darkman. I think he directed those with, you do his voice better than anybody, as Liam Neeson.
Yep.
We also have, so many movies out, I forget half of them. There's so many.
There's supposed to be a new Hellraiser movie, apparently, that's coming.
I did read something on TV series was for him at
The
Lodge.
I haven't seen The Lodge.
What is The Lodge?
I don't even know.
We don't know what The Lodge is, so we can't really.
There's so many of them.
I know horror's getting the love and sort of in the theaters. Why don't we put in a question? Because this is gonna sound weird, but the original Terminator from the early '80s is now considered a slasher film instead of sci-fi. So the Terminator now is considered horror.
Hellraiser. Yeah, there's talks of another Hellraiser. Yeah. We don't know much about it. For me, it would be good if they bring back, Clive Baker as like a writer or producer on it.
Oh.
Coming out February 7th. Cool.
So we'll keep an eye
out on that. It would be cool if they bring back Clive Baker as like a producer on that. And they reach out and get a good script to the hands of Doug Bradley.
That is right. Antlers. That's another horror movie I've seen the trailers for, and you should see the trailers.
Del Toro. Del Toro makes interesting horror movies.
Movies in general.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can definitely contest that he makes movies very unique. Shape of Water, we're looking at you.
Probably one of the better ones that he did that we've seen not too long ago was
Scary
Stories to Tell in the Dark. I can't find the firm. Antebellum.
Oh, she knows more about horror movies than we do.
She does, yeah. Yeah, the Scary Stories.
That was good.
That was a great movie. It paced well. Could it have been more violent and stuff? It probably could have been. Could have used a little bit more gore in there, but they told a really good story, and they definitely, visual and special effects were incredible in that one.
Last Night in Soho. Do you know about that?
I don't even know about that one. Wow, my girlfriend knows more horror movies than I do.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I'm trying to. Oh, Texas Chainsaw. Texas Chainsaw is coming back.
Yes, and okay. Our opinion on that is why. That is the big question. Do we really need another reboot for a reboot for a reboot? As in, never mind. It's another reboot of. I think it's another origin story for him. I heard. I hope not, but I think that's what they're going with, another reboot.
That's what there was talks of that. Yes, I'm not sure really what they're doing. Directed by Edgar Wright. Nice.
He's a good director. Yeah.
I'm not sure what they're going to do with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hope not another reboot for a reboot for a reboot.
As long as they get a good actor to play him, the movies where it did well, they had good actors to play him. I know when it started out, Gunnar Hansen was the first to don the mask and to don the chainsaw. per se for that franchise, and he did an amazing job
He was
with that.
basically Texas Chainsaw the Texas Chainsaw.
But then the actor changed like the last couple times after that.
Yeah, I forget who played him for the
I
recent
don't know who did him in the
reboot.
Next Generation one, but in the third one, I think it was R.A. Mihaloff played Leatherface in that one. But I haven't seen that one yet. But I'm excited to watch the old school ones. I love the old school horror movies and the new school horror movies. And if they can ever get this lawsuit thing settled out, I think the movie that the fans want the most, Saint Maud, directed by Ruby Glass. Nice.
That one's a good one. If they can ever get this lawsuit, like he's starting to say the lawsuit between the two guys,
Victor Miller and Sean S. Cunningham.
They can ever get their act together and really shake hands, hug, whatever. People want to see another Friday the 13th movie. Not a reboot. For me, and I think for my friends here, we both would want to see another one from the original series. Tie one in, not reboot it again.
And if they're going to bring back Friday the 13th, we need Kane Hodder to return for another film.
Oh hell yeah. He's our
He's our Jason, basically.
Thank you. I couldn't think. Another horror movie, technically horror comedy, is Ghostbusters 3 Afterlife. That's considered horror. I'm excited for that film. We finally get the third film. What I've heard just recently are going to tackle the death of Aragorn. I think I butchered that. I apologize. And that's also ties into Finn Wolfhard, who I really like that ties into Stranger Things. So again, Ghostbusters comes out in July. I'm so excited for this movie. I'm planning to go the first day. That's one movie of 2020 that I'm super stoked for because I'm a big Ghostbusters fan. And it's a horror comedy. And it's going to be very scary.
Friday the 13th in space.
Oh, well, why don't you tackle that one? Isn't that the 10?
Jason X, yeah. Kane Hodder had some interesting kills. Like, some of the kills in that one, they need to leave some of the classics alone, sure.
She's right.
You're definitely right on that one. They definitely do for some of them. Absolutely. But I think for fans of F-13 and stuff like that, one more film is definitely what the fans would love. And as long as it's done right and it's got a good script, I think Friday the 13th will be all right. But Jason X wasn't a great movie,
but it wasn't. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was stuck right in the middle.
It's kind of somewhere in between, but some of the kills in there were fantastic. Like the one where Kane Hodder kind of froze the person's face and then did like the glass.
Yeah,
that was cool.
That was cool, but
he did an odd to the sleeping bag kill, which is probably his most famous kill as Jason. Even though I don't think it's his favorite, because I think in conventions when I was watching interviews with him, he said one of his favorites I think was the. Crap, I forget what it was.
I can't remember it at the moment. It'll come to us.
I think it was one with like a weed whacker or something like that he did in one of the films.
Wasn't that in his documentary also what his favorite kill was?
I don't know. Well, his most famous one is definitely the sleeping bag one.
100%.
It's one of the ones that he came out of nowhere with, and fans loved it and they ate it up.
Yeah. And what other? Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street, we could be getting another movie and a possible TV series, which is a head scratcher.
As long as we get Robert back, maybe for Friday for Nightmare,
the character, or even giving his say for who to take over. Because I like Jackie Earle Haley, but to me, I can't tell you what that was. It was like the remake was something else, but we need the iconic. I'm not doing it in the Iconic's voice, but we need Robert Englund back to either have a say in the film. Producer, even to give us who he wants. Now, he did say Kevin Bacon, which is a really rad choice.
Yeah, he was also in Friday the 13th, too.
Yeah. What other, should we talk continue horror, or should we go into comedy? What would you want to talk about?
Well, we got Gremlins coming. What if you have HBO Max? It's, I believe it's an animated series for Gremlins.
2021.
That's coming.
We got that. We also have. I wish it wasn't on HBO Max because we both are Gremlins fans. Besides number 2.
Yeah, number 2 wasn't great, but number 1 was fantastic. There's Predator and Alien, but I don't know what they're doing with those two.
All I know is that Predator is supposedly coming to Disney Plus. Yes, I said that right. In a PG-13 format, and it's going to tackle more of the Alien or Predator universe. That's all I know. That's it. That's all I can find out. Alien, they are working on another movie, but it's gonna tag in. Have No, I have not. I do want to. I haven't, but I do plan to. I just haven't gotten around to go to the movies in a while with all the snow we keep getting.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that
And
one too. That one looks
as
really
you
good.
know, my dog being, she's still off. You'll see her tomorrow. She might be happy, and then she'll just go back to sleep. I haven't, but I want to. It's one of my favorite films. It's something we want to see. Yes. Something I'll go to theaters. Yes. Because I'm a big Will Smith fan, and I love Martin Lawrence. But no, I have not seen it, but I've heard rave reviews. I
don't know why Blizzard does that, but we can discuss what Disney's doing with that Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like that just seems like a complete debacle. They don't know what they're doing.
What is going on? Because I follow a guy YouTube page, and I'm gonna promote him. Is Comic Book Cast 2. So what it sounds like, if they're gonna start filming next year for a 2021 release date. So yes, we're going to get. I can't remember saying this. Jar Jar Binks with a goatee, with a gray goatee. He's gonna have facial hair when we see this character again. So 2021 is they're shooting for Obi-Wan Kenobi series with a older, wiser, bearded Jar Jar Binks.
This series that we probably don't even really need in the Star Wars universe.
No, but
and only a 4-episode run is terrible on Disney's part.
That was debunked by the actor. Debunked. Everything's being debunked. Anything we've heard, I can't say anything more because it's been debunked, been dusted off. We don't know.
Nobody knows what's going on.
It's going to be like The Mandalorian. I do know that much. It's going to come in that the re-scripting it because it's going to be too close to The Mandalorian, which I don't know why. If it's going to be Star Wars, it should tie in.
You think all the Star Wars things would kind of tie into each other?
Not Disney Plus.
Not Disney Plus. They don't really know what they're doing.
But we are getting WandaVision this year at some point. I'm excited to see that because the woman who scripted WandaVision is working on a script for Captain Marvel 2. Yes, everyone's favorite hero is returning, sarcastically speaking. John Cena has joined the Suicide Squad, the actual Suicide Squad. We don't know what he's playing yet, but he said it's going to be a great movie. Now, I will talk about a movie I'm really excited for. It comes out the week before Sonic, and that's what he calls Suicide Squad. The Birds of Prey, of one Harley Quinn.
Birds of Prey, yeah.
I can't pronounce one word. I have bad pronunciation skills. Sorry for that, guys. I'm excited for this film because it's an all-girl badass film. I think it's going to do better than Suicide Squad. I have faith in Margot Robbie, who, yes, is one of my favorite actresses now. Another movie that's coming out that I want to see.
Hello from Germany.
Extreme, that's a wicked name. 885, nice. Wicked name.
Oh, yeah.
What other movies are coming out this year that we want to see that? We're somehow stuck in the horror genre, which my favorite is horror, and I'm a superhero fan.
There is a lot of them coming out. We know that
there's too many.
There's so many. Halloween Kills, definitely gonna see that.
Yeah,
Conjuring 3.
Conjuring 3.
What else? There's so many good ones this year.
Yeah, there's even some sequels I'm shocked that I'm excited for.
Oh, No Time to Kill.
No Time to Kill. I'm going to talk on that for a second. I'm sorry, I may not make people happy. The theme song for that film was done by an artist that he calls Mumble.
Oh, she basically is. It's terrible.
Billie Eilish is doing the theme with Hans Zimmer, two of my favorites in one song. And the film is going to be 2 hours and 52 minutes long, the longest Bond ever. And again, this is Daniel Craig's finale. The talks are, in the trailer, technically we already see who's replacing him. So she's already there. Because 007 is going to be an organization, just not one person. That's one thing I did find out today. From a tweet from Daniel Craig. I followed Daniel Craig. I liked all the Bonds. And I think, what other movies come out? That's April 10th. I remember the date. Wow.
Well, we got Fast and the Furious, and if you guys are looking for a trailer for F9, I believe it comes out on next Friday. Next Friday is a trailer for F9.
F9, don't worry, guys. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 probably will be coming. Oh, Bloodshot.
Bloodshot, yeah, the new movie was.
It's nothing like the comics I've been hearing. That's Vin Diesel. It's a comic book from the Variant Comics. I don't know anything about the comic book. Yeah, I'm a fan of comic books. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I don't know much besides Vin Diesel being in it.
And what about Sony's recent gem with Morbius? A movie coming into it that we thought, wouldn't be very good or look anything like super great to go and see in the theaters, and it actually
He looks
fantastic. Like, the trailer looks amazing.
Yeah, it's based on an anti-hero. Yes, he's an wrong word, anti-hero is not the right word. He's a vigilante. He's a vampire vigilante that's gonna... What the rumor is, he's gonna help tie in the Sinister Six. And he's part of the MCU alongside Venom. Venom's another one I'm excited for. You still have to see the first. There's the eyes. I turn to you when that does that because it kills my eyes.
Yeah, he's gonna turn into... And also we got the... What's his name there? Michael Keaton's character from Star Wars. Or not Star Wars. From Spider-Man.
Yes.
Makes an appearance at the end of the...
Yes, because they all are going to tie in to be the Sinister Six. I'd recommend to read the comics for that, because it is one of the best series Marvel did. And that was the first time I ever read Spider-Man was from the Sinister Six. Which six? We don't know, because Scorpion and Kraven are going to possibly be in Spider-Man 3 that comes out next year. In a couple weeks, we're going to see the Batmobile and the Batsuit from the Batman 2021. And that film is actually based on the comic Year Zero, which I know nothing about. So, what else?
Jay and Silent Bob reboot you wanted to touch on?
Oh yeah, Jay and Silent Bob. Oh my beeping god. I'm going to try to keep this as PG as I can for this. See this movie. If you have, you don't have to worry about the original one from 1999.
It was around there, 2000 or something.
You don't need to see that one. This is the complete reboot, and oh my god, I thought my friend and I were going to die laughing. It's a laugh out loud stoner comedy for this generation, for us, the millennials. Yes, I said it, the millennials. This film is hilarious. There's a lot of cameos, and one of the actresses, I think it's her first role as an adult, too. And I'm not giving that away either. I would give it 4 out of 5. It made me laugh.
It was great. Definitely 4 out of 5. If you've seen all the other films before, you'll notice a lot of familiar faces in this one. Ben Affleck returns in it. Matt Damon's in this one. We got Chris Jericho in this movie.
That was funny.
We got Molly Shannon in this movie. There's basically everybody
that you've seen in the past.
In the past films in this film.
Now, is there, since we touched on that a little bit, let's have some fun. Is there any movies coming out in 2020 or any movies from 2019 that you guys saw that you think that you would recommend to us to see? We'd like to hear from you guys. The floor is yours. So, like I said, there's any movies from last year or coming in this year that you think are going to be are amazing and are going to be amazing, let us know. We would like to take a bit of recommendations. Access to that word properly.
And we're still waiting on the director's cut of It Chapter 2. That could be, who knows what we're getting that from or what we're getting.
It's not so much what, it's when or who. We know who. We know what it is. We just don't know when it is. If that makes any sense. I use comedy skills that failed.
Because I know they were shooting some extra scenes in that one, and I know that there's talks of people trying to do like a third one, but the third one basically, in the director's cut, they've already shot scenes with Pennywise in the circus and stuff like that before.
Oh, so we've already got, so there won't be, okay. I didn't know.
That was part of the director's cut, was scenes that were from that era.
What else? What movies are we excited for?
Doctor Sleep we haven't seen yet, but that's not out until next month.
It comes out actually 2 days after my birthday. 2 days, the 5th. Or, I think the 5th. I'm excited for that film. I love The Shining. It's one of my favorite Stephen King novels, besides It. And it's the director's cut. It's 3 hours long. So we're going to be sitting on our tushes, or asses, or bums, or whatever the heck you want to call it these days. That's a movie I'm excited for, because I want to see how Ewan McGregor does. Because I love that. I love the book. So I'm hoping this movie does the book justice. And that's very rare for a movie and book to be as good. It was an example of, do it right, you make gold. So let's hope The Shining did the same. Anything else from 2019 that we didn't get a chance to see and that we wanted to?
There's Crawl that we haven't seen yet, but Crawl actually looked really decent.
Mm-hmm.
That looked like a great film from 2019 in the horror genre. And there's one more that we should touch on that's coming out this year sometime.
Okay.
Is Sid Haig's final film, Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, yes, Hanukkah. Well, why don't you touch on that? Because all I know is just his final film. Oh yeah,
Hocus Pocus 2.
We'll talk about that in a minute. You touch on Hanukkah because you're a big. You're gonna hear the biggest fan of this man's career, and if he should touch on this guy. Don't know much.
Well, his final film is coming out this year. It's called Hanukkah. It's the last movie apparently that he made before he passed. I think it looks like it's going to be a decent film. It looks like a really good horror film. Definitely. I mean, Sid Haig's a genius. Rob Zombie was going about the Three from Hell, like that was Sid Haig's final film. It was, in a sense, his final film in that particular franchise, but overall it wasn't his final film. He did film 2 more films, I think it was. It was Hanukkah, then there was one other film, but they're calling Hanukkah his final film, basically, because I don't know if we're going to see the other one. But the other one had him with, like, I think Robert Englund was in that other movie that he had coming out, and I think maybe Bill Moseley was in it, I'm not sure. But Hanukkah is coming out, guys. Definitely check that one out. Sid Haig's final film.
Do you want to touch on your girlfriend's favorite one?
Hocus Pocus 2?
There's no release date yet. That's what my head.
Oh, for
the film.
Hocus Pocus?
There's no official release date. They said this year, but knowing how slow Disney's getting all the products onto the network, I would not be surprised if it's late this year or early going into 2021. So there's no release date. I mean, there's nothing around. I'm looking. I looked. I don't see anything yet. But I get to see where they're gonna take it. I know you obviously are, and I know AJ, you are yourself. We all want to see what they do for the sequel for this Hocus Pocus cult classic, we'll call it. Disney's cult classic, because that's what it was. It's like AJ said, the first film didn't do well theatrical run, so. But Disney Plus has been a plus in a way for movies. What else? Shoot. She's so excited.
This could be a good one, that's for sure. Definitely excited for that one. If you have Shudder, guys, if you haven't had a chance to see Three from Hell yet, Three from Hell is coming to Shudder next month.
It is worth it. It is probably the best of the
trilogy.
Thank you.
If you haven't seen the other two, it's House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Three from Hell.
They're all worth seeing.
But if you have Shudder, Devil's Rejects, I believe, is on Shudder, and not House of a Thousand Corpses, but Three from Hell is coming next month.
Oh, they don't have the first one yet.
I don't think so.
What else is coming out that do you want to touch up on games for this, or do you want to keep the movies?
We could do games in a little bit. What about the Kane Hodder biopic that we watched?
Why don't you touch on that? He's one of your favorite actors. For me, I learned a lot about, I think, one of the most iconic horror actors ever. He did some other movies that we didn't even know he was in that are what's weird. But I would say go find this documentary. If you're in the States, Amazon will probably have it, or they'll have somewhere to get it quickly. The UK, I don't know where you would find it. I don't know much about the United Kingdom. And here in Canada, it's Amazon, right? To get it?
It's Amazon, yeah.
But it is worth it. I would say the best documentary I've seen. I've seen a lot of them.
And we still have to watch the Tom Savini documentary that we haven't seen yet.
Oh, right. That is true.
Smoke and Mirrors, the Tom Savini story.
What else?
We know Creepshow is getting a second season. So there's a season 2 coming for Creepshow.
Yep, and that was a good series. That was done right, finally.
That was a fantastic series. That's the way Creepshow should have been
Not
shot
the movies.
In the first place, besides the way that the movies did it.
Any films that we'd like to see have sequels that we've seen? I don't know.
The Nun was great, but I don't know if we're going to see a sequel. I wouldn't really necessarily want to see a sequel.
Do you guys like retro games? Yes, we're both retro gamers. One of my favorite retro games is actually got into... Try it again. I'm going to rewind here. I'll be kind of rewind myself.
Mulan, what do you think of that?
Mulan, I know I'm probably gonna get roasted on here. Oh well. I like what they're doing. They're taking more of the history of the folk. I don't know if Mulan was a real person. I don't know, but I like that they're going more towards the history of her than with the music. You do hear it if you've watched the shows. You do hear Donny Osmond, pardon me. I'll Make a Man of You and Christina Aguilera's Reflections are instrumentals. I'm excited for it. I don't know. Have you seen the trailers for it?
I think I seen it once during one of the movies that you've seen.
And did you that interest you?
It's Disney. It's not. Disney's more so your thing.
Oh,
it's not terrible.
It's not just my thing. It's who asked the question.
Yeah,
but, AJ,
no,
what do you?
good.
I'm gonna ask this. What do you excited for it, AJ, to see this movie? Mulan. Oh fuck! I fudge. I don't know how to say it, but are you excited to see this film? My sister. I might take my sister for her birthday to see it because she's excited because it's actually a female empowerment action film with a true story. And yes, it sucks that the songs won't be there, but I think they're there in the background as instrumentals.
Yep.
So back to
retro games.
Again, one of my favorite retro games is Sonic the Hedgehog, the very first one, and that's where I'm going to lead off. Well, I was trying to see it first time. I'm excited to see how they took that from the Sega Genesis up to.
I'm afraid it will not do justice.
Yeah, true. That's a fair statement.
Yeah. For retro games, I think for me.
Mortal Kombat series from the originals.
Mortal Kombat, Wolfenstein, the original Wolfenstein, Doom. Doom is definitely a big influence, and for me, anyways, for the retro games, I love the Doom franchise. Wolfenstein,
Street Fighter,
Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter was good until it started to get like the anime kind of sense into the games.
There was another game that you and I. Oh, frig.
Resident Evil was fantastic.
I never got to play the game. So I don't know why, but I never have played. I played it one, but it was on this gen.
Silent Hill.
Never played them. Oh my God! It's The Rock was in the movie Rampage.
Yeah.
That was a great game. That was silly as anything else. I enjoyed Sonic, Super Mario. Are we talking just Sega and
Primal Instinct?
I never played it.
That was that animal fighting game. It was really good.
I never played it. I could have. I'm afraid what I said I could have. Another game I really liked. I liked a lot of like Aladdin, Lion King.
Friday the 13th on Nintendo.
I remember playing it, not very well. I played Nightmare though.
Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, on Nintendo as well is another good one.
Oh my God, retro. I played a lot of retro games. Double Dragon, I loved that game as a kid, and I would love to see that get a remaster, an actual remaster, not like the Doom remasters that are like, oh, let's add this funky music. What in the ear? My drums am I hearing? Horror-wise, Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem was great, yeah. Duke
That's
Nukem
one
3D.
we used to play. That was the one I was going to mention. There we go. Retro, come on. Oh, I'm a WWE fan, so I liked the King of the Ring game, WrestleMania, and
the Attitude game, WWF Attitude.
Yeah, thank you.
That was a good one.
Another game I liked was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games for both consoles. Birds of Prey. I'm excited for. Oh, sorry, should I call?
You're more excited about that one than I am. I'm Suicide Squad 2.0 to me.
2.0. We're getting 2.0 next year, so this is technically 3.0. We'll call it Suicide Squad 3.0. I'm excited for it because I'm a big Harley Quinn fan. Quickly, I think we're in for a better film than what we got with the Bozo the Clown there. If Warner didn't step in, which I'm knocking on a couch here, I hope it's good. I don't have high hopes for it. I've got gut hopes for it. I'm going with my gut on this one that it's hopefully good. If it's not, oh well. I like superhero movies. I like getting away from the real world.
We know we got Iron Man coming to the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I think that'll be fun for VR gamers. I don't have VR obviously. I don't know if I can do it with my head.
We got Avengers, but Avengers is delayed now until September.
Avengers is a game I am so happy that got. Yes, I'm gonna disappoint some gamers, but I'm really freaking happy that game got delayed. New Top Gun,
yeah, that looks amazing.
Oh my God, actually. I forgot that one. Yeah, it did. I
forgot that one.
I didn't like the original. I thought the original put me to sleep, but this one looked better. I'm gonna say that. I mean, what else are we getting? I do want to see Doolittle. I'm gonna make that. I do want to see Doolittle, but I might not see it in theaters. I might wait for home to see it. Then I'm not rushing to theaters for the film I don't see is gonna last. But I do want to see that. I also want to see Bombshell. Oh, Margot Robbie. I'm becoming Corey Graves here. Um, The Rock has another new movie coming, and I can't think of it right now. Actually, he's off due to that's passing, but he's got another movie coming. I can't remember. I want that one you showed me with Mark Wahlberg and Post Malone was good.
Yeah, it's a Netflix one. It's I forget what it's called. Cowboy Cerrone is also in that film.
Yeah. Another movie we both liked. I mean, to quickly touch on that was, excuse me, I'm trying to burp so much. Pardon me for the burping. Is The Irishman. That movie, mwah, it should kiss itself. It's so pretty. That movie was gorgeously shot. It was spectacular. I sat through it twice because I fell asleep the first time. Halfway through it, I had to redo it again. I got through it in one go. Highly recommended. Another one I quickly recommend to people. I recommended to AJ and my friend, my co-partner for this channel, is 1917. The best war movie I've ever seen. It puts you right into the war. I'm not going to say anything else. Let's just say your heart's going to be in your throat from start to finish. 5 out of 5 for me. A quick little review. Must see.
Nice. Another one I'm going to touch on here quickly is Joker.
Oh, yes.
A film that I had medium expectations on it, not like super high.
You were so low.
But actually watching the film itself, it was actually a really well done movie. But is it a movie I would watch more than one time? Sadly, no. I don't think it's a movie I would watch more than once for Joker. It was good for like the first playthrough, but I don't think like a second or third playthrough would kind of do it any justice. It wasn't terrible, but it's just something I wouldn't watch a second time.
Scoob, we're both. I don't know if you're a fan of the character, but I am. I wish that was my birthday, but it's coming out a week before. It's Celia Warner. I'm a Scooby-Doo fan. I think it looks. I'm excited for it. Not actually, believe it or not, I would prefer new live-action Scoob than animated Scoob. And the bombs are going off, folks.
There's so many good ones coming out. I mean, movies and games and stuff like that.
Would you see Scoob?
I'm not really much of like a cartoon kind of person. I'm more so like live action, like the horror movies.
Are we getting
some of the comic book ones?
Horror movies. Are we getting a second Meg?
There's talks of a second Meg, but I don't know if there's anything further than just talks at the moment with it right now.
True. I think there was 2 books I've read. There was a second book. I think that's what it's going to be based on, if there is.
There was talks of Jaws too, but I don't know what's going on with the Jaws reboot or remake or whatever they're doing with it.
Or sequel, whatever it is. Games. No.
Well, we know Cyberpunk is delayed now.
Delayed?
Till September, I think.
But that's a head-scratcher.
Because it's not quite complete, I think is part of the reason why it's delayed. Did you like Warhorse? I know it's an old one, but interested in your thoughts.
Warhorse. I saw... I'll quickly say this story. I won't put you to bed with this. My mom and I saw that first... We saw a special screening of that, where we got to see what we liked and didn't like. If you're big with horses and animals, this will pull your gut. Like you'll have your heart in your throat. It's well done. I don't know if you would sit through it, but I think AJ would. I think you would too. It's a war movie. I can't explain it. I would say the 4 to 5 film. I own it because I liked it so much. I've watched it since I've in the theater. I think I've seen it. It's very old, so I don't know how old the film is. Since I've seen it in theaters, I watched it about 4 or 5 times recently. I like war movies. I enjoyed it. Nice, there you go.
Nice.
Have you seen Warhorse?
No.
It's something my sister wants to see though, because she rides horses. Funny, a movie I just watched recently I bought myself was it's a horse film and I can't think of the title anymore. It's oh my god. I can't think of it right now. Black Betty, or I think that's what it's called. And that was something. I never saw it before. And I also just recently saw Little Women. The 1994 version with Christian Bale, Batman. and I enjoyed that. So I might give Greta Gerwig's remake a try when it hits rent.
When it's the rental, yeah, for sure.
I want to see it first. If I like it, I'll get it. If I don't, then I've seen it. I want to see as much as I can for the Oscars. I also want to see Ford versus Ferrari. I'm a big NASCAR. My cousin likes NASCAR. Sorry, cars. So it'd be something I would love to see.
Bill and Ted Face the Music.
That's basically what our channel is basically inspired by. I want to see a trailer. I'm nervous about it. I am nervous because it's been so long and Keanu Reeves needs his beard back. No Time to Die. We both were excited for that. Just not the theme song for you.
Yeah, not really much on Billie Eilish. She's kind of
Jesus.
Not there for me, but the film itself, I think, is going to be fantastic with the great cast with Daniel Craig being in it.
Daniel Craig facing off against Freddie Mercury as in Queen's.
What's his name there?
I can never pronounce it properly. I'm not even going to try.
Rami Malek.
Thank you.
I think he's going to do an excellent job as the villain in this film. It looks amazing, actually. I love all the Bond films.
I don't think there's ever been a bad one.
A bad Bond film?
No.
No.
Oh, Iron Man, you from Philly?
No.
No, we're Canadian, y'all. There, we're Canadian. I said the catchphrase. No, we're from Ottawa, Canada. Or Ontario, Canada. I love the name Iron Man. It's really cool. I had to do it because he asked for, another I'm excited for is, well, Doctor Strange 2 into the Multiverse. I'm excited for that. I just don't know who's directing it yet, so I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah, definitely.
They're doing an Inspector Gadget movie, which I'm really scared about. Inspector Gadget's one of my childhood favorite superheroes when I was a kid. Producing it, though, is the Lego movie. And that's got me really happy that the Lego movie producer's producing the film, and I'm hoping Steve Carell takes the gadgets, like the rain from Diablo 2. And I'm not ever showing that movie to you. I don't want to. I wouldn't recommend the originals, but I'm really excited for this one. Oh,
the Eagles.
You're an Eagles fan.
Eagles fan, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll show you guys some cool things.
He's gonna show
ears.
As well as I talk. He's gonna show some pops that are really badass. And yes, my friend is a big Eagles fan. There's a lot of Eagles stuff. Here are some pops. Make sure people see. Yeah, you're in good view.
There's the Jason Pop. That one there, Unmasked, is a special Comic-Con exclusive. I believe it's from 2015.
Wow.
Limited edition. There was only 1,008 of these ones made.
Wow.
And he's worth about like $483, I believe it is, for that one.
Wow. That's insane in the membrane.
Dick on Jason.
Jason.
All the way.
On way.
We have the glow-in-the-dark Chase Jason, who is roughly worth $170 on the Funko app.
Oh my god, that's insane. What other things we talk about?
And one more. We got this guy.
He's almost in view. He's almost there.
Freddy Funko, done up as Pennywise. Special Comic-Con exclusive from 2018, as you guys can see on the back of it. Funko from 2018. And this one here, special edition, is worth $394 on the Funko app. Freddy Funko, dressed up as Pennywise. Special exclusive. Only 4,000 of those were made.
Wowzers. That's a lot.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool. You got a star.
Oh, nice.
Whatever that means.
And then this one here is probably one of my...
We'll get to that just in a minute.
One of my favorite ones that I was able to find this year, Captain Spaulding Pop from the Devil's Rejects. As you can see, there's Captain Spaulding.
That was my last.
There's Captain Spaulding. And that's worth about $131, I believe, on the Funko app.
Just don't break them.
But to me, that one's probably one of my favorite ones because I really like Sid Haig. I think he
really like and respect Sid Haig.
He's a fantastic actor.
So should we do our predictions for tomorrow?
You're more the wrestling guy. You can dig on that.
I'm gonna dig on that. What shovel should I use for that?
I'm more the UFC guy, the real sport.
You can still do predictions, give your take. I'm just gonna predict. I don't care who wins. That's the best way of putting it. All I predict is I'm hoping we get a good 3 hour, not 4. It's Horseman style. I want a good 3 hour show. I don't care who wins. Predictions, I may as well, since you're asking. Corbin over Reigns, because I think or Reigns over Corbin, because I think Corbin or Brock Lesnar's going to win the men's rumble. Female, I can't say because there's only 5 competitors' names, so I can't see their prediction for the female one. I guess Shayna Baszler, she makes an appearance. Becky over Asuka. That's how predictable that's going to be. Not predictable. Good match. Fiend's going to keep the title because they're going to have the Fiend continue on until Mania. Because I think they're going to have Brock versus the Fiend at Mania, which is going to make no sense. There's a rumor for the Harlem Heat to take on the Revival. I'm excited for that match whenever it happens. The only prediction I will give, besides the ones I said, or that's about all. Oh, looks like
PlayStation's going to go into rest mode here.
I don't really have much predictions. All I want as a wrestling fan, because I'm becoming more of a UFC fan than wrestling, believe it or not, I just hope for a good show, and that's going to. And do I see us getting our popcorn ready? Football reference. That's all I can say. I'm looking for at least a decent show. I don't care who wins or loses. I just want to be wowed. And now back to the pop figures. To your look, Joe. I was going to say something else.
We got Michael Myers from Halloween 2018. And this is a NECA bobblehead, but it's actually a resin figure, so it's actually a heavy-duty bobblehead, a lot better than the other ones that they've been making.
Yeah, there you go, dude.
What?
Look at the bottom one. We all enjoy UFC more than WWE. Because if you're not, I'll just be laughing. UFC has a possibly from, you can take on this, I'll talk as you show your toy first.
People can't predict the future. The future.
Present. That is 100% right. I like that way.
There you go, guys. Let's look at Freddy versus Jason Funko, or not Funko, NECA Ultimate. That completes my entire collection of these NECA Jasons. Probably one of the coolest ones that I would think is this one here. I'll show you in a minute.
He's intermission for a second.
What's going to happen next? Would be this one.
That actually worked.
It's Friday the 13th, Jason from the video game. And this NECA figure here from Jason is actually discontinued. You cannot get this Friday the 13th, the game, NECA figure anymore. He's completely discontinued.
I did not know that.
He's based off the video game that was released on Nintendo. And it's super cool.
Did they make one? You have the one for Freddy, don't you?
I do.
Okay, I think I've shown him before. That's one of the games that he loved on the Nintendo, was that Friday the 13th. And I think, didn't that inspire, if I'm correct, the game that came out for the PS4?
It's a slight remake, I think, of it.
Oh.
And we got Roy Burns, Friday the 13th Part 5, which just released this year for NECA.
Insane. I don't think they could do anything.
Super cool little case for him. Yeah, that one's completely discontinued. You can't get that one anymore.
So basically, we're seeing figures of the biggest, from the best horror collection ever. And I mean ever. Here's another one. Take it away.
We got Mezco's 112 Collective Freddy Krueger. It's actual like clothing too. It's really cool. It's like fabric. It's really nice looking.
If you could see NECA, dude, make one figure that you have not seen them make, who would you want to see them do from the horror genre?
Well, if we can see NECA make... There's actually 2 more that I'd like to see NECA add. As we're talking about figures and showing off figures, would probably be in the Jason lineup. I know the Jason lineup is finished right now with what they have so far. That's it.
Who's missing?
I would like to see a Part 7 Jason.
Okay. Because
they have Part 6, but they never had Part 7. A Part 7 Ultimate would be wicked. Because Part 7 is probably one of my favorites. It was the first time that Kane Hodder donned the mask to play Jason in the movie.
Okay.
And he did a fantastic job with it. I think the next one would probably be the Part 8 Jason
Okay.
from that one.
So have they done 9 and 10?
They haven't done 9 and 10. The only one who did Part 10 was McFarlane for the movie Maniacs.
And
So it would be super cool even to see a Jason X kind of ultimate figure, Jason Goes to Hell ultimate figure, like complete the entire Jason lineup with the last maybe 4 films of
the
NECA
question is,
listens.
can they do it based on the lawsuit that's going on right now?
I don't know. They were able to make all the other ones with everything going
they would be
on.
later on. Okay. Anything from the Nightmare on Elm Street or
From Nightmare on Elm Street, they still have a ways to go because they ended that one. I have the whole series at the bottom. I can show you guys in a minute. They only did Ultimate Freddy from Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. So they're missing 4, 5, and 6 on there that maybe NECA adds 4, 5, and 6 later on as an Ultimate.
Okay.
Or maybe an alternate version of Wes Craven's New Nightmare, the 7th film.
True. Do you want to see, just bringing this out there, do you want to see a Jackie Earl Haley pop figure from his version?
No. I already have a figure of him from the movie, sadly, but
Or you do?
yeah, as a NECA one.
I didn't even know you did.
They got most of the NECA ones.
For me, I'm going to say something I'd like to see for horror. I know they've done Candyman, I believe. You'll probably have him too.
Candyman, I think, is on his way coming.
He hasn't been out yet.
I don't think he's out yet.
Oh, I thought they had him. Never mind then. I'd like to see him. Now we're getting him. That is a great movie too. If you want to see a great horror film from the 90s, Candyman is a must-see. I'd like to see a NECA version of The Crow. I'm going to be superhero for a second. It'd be awesome. I love The Crow. Another cheap plug for another movie of my childhood, The Crow is worth seeing too. Turtles, I have the first 4, Shredder, Splinter, and the Foot Clan, pardon me my English again, god dang it, are still coming, and the rumors that April and Casey Jones are on their way also, so I'm excited for those. Any other horror NECAs that you want to see that are not from your all the films you like? Do they have a Centipede figure? Now that's a horror. Do you know if they do?
I don't think so. I know for NECA, I know there's the Ultimate Annabelle, I think, comes out in February. Home. I think it's February 17th or February, around there sometime. That was one of the last ones that they lined up. The Crooked Man figure is out now, apparently.
Oh.
I just noticed that when I went on Toys and Fire website. The Crooked Man figure from NECA, the Ultimate, is out.
A weird character.
The Halloween ones are done, but I'd kind of like to see them continue them on. I know they did the Halloween 2018 with Michael Myers. Then they had the Halloween 2018 version of Laurie Strode. And recently they just announced that's coming out from NECA is a clothed version. I believe it's a 3-pack of figures. Or it's a 2 or 3-pack, I'm not sure. But it's Dr. Loomis, Laurie Strode, and Michael Myers.
Nice.
In the clothing outfit, which is super cool.
The Crooked Man figure is out, you said?
I believe so. It's out down here. I'm not sure if it's out
wherever he is.
In the States and stuff, I'm not sure. It might be. I know a lot of the NECA figures, you can order them off of Amazon. NECA has their own store on Amazon that you can order and purchase the figures from. And they will ship them out.
Are we just touching on the Crooked Man? Is that a movie you're excited to see from the Conjuring series?
It could be good, depending what they do with it. I mean, I know NECA's got like a lot of cool things coming out.
True.
That's probably one of the cooler ones is the new Halloween one, the clothed ones that are coming.
Nice.
But I know that for the Ultimates, they ended it with the Ultimate Part 2 Michael Myers that came out last year.
Oh, nice.
That's the last one.
Are you going to get the big Tiffany doll that's on its way?
Possibly, depending on price.
Centipede.
And I know the NECA, we'll probably hear more announcements from NECA probably at the next big convention. Like,
that's New York Comic Con.
I think it'd be New York Comic Con.
The Turtles will be the same. I collect superheroes figures, so... what else?
I know It's getting another figure.
Oh, I did not
There's
know
an It Chapter 2 figure that's coming from NECA.
Nice.
They finish off the lineup in the first one with the 2017 one. I think I have all of them. No Ultimate original Michael Myers yet?
Is there?
Not yet. No, they have the Michael Myers from 2018, Michael Myers from Part 2, and they have Laurie Strode and Dr. Loomis with the clothed Michael Myers.
John Luke asked, any new remake movies in the near future?
Any new remake movies?
Are we talking about?
We have Candyman coming out. Saw's getting rebooted. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is getting a remake or a reboot. We're not sure.
What else?
There's a lot of different. That's I think all the remake ones that I know of so far. No 1/6 Splinter yet. I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm waiting to see because I know that they did the 1/6. What's that again? I don't know figures. You're the figure guy here. 1/6 is total.
I'm not sure, but that's a 1/12 collective.
So I think the size of my turtles, what, the 7-inch probably?
Maybe, yeah.
I think GameStop, if you're in the States, or I don't know if you are, they'll get them next month. There'll be Splinter, Shredder, and 2 Foot Clan in the 4-pack. In Canada, if you're here in Canada, we have to wait until April for the rest of them, which I don't know why. We're always 2 months after.
Oh, for the NECAs?
Yeah, for the NECAs, for Turtles. You can get down here, though, the Casey Jones mask. I've seen it, but it's so darn tootin' expensive. Yes, the Hulk is strongest one there is. Yes. Oh, and I forgot one movie Netflix is doing. We don't know much about the Hulk Hogan biopic with Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah.
I'll touch that quickly. There's a Hulk Hogan biopic based on his early career on Netflix, and it's starring Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth. That's about all I know. That's all we know, anyways.
That's basically all we know about that one.
So, 1/6. I'm kind of confused on how tall.
The 1/6, how tall that would be. But I mean, I know there's all the Jasons. I don't know if I've seen the Ultimate Part 2. Well, I just murdered a Jason.
Is your money and you need it now? I didn't read that. English was hard to read.
There's the Ultimate Part 2. Jason Voorhees from the NECA collection. Friday the 13th. I have the entire NECA collection for F-13. There's not many that I'm missing in that collection. I have the whole set.
There you go.
I have almost the whole set of the Pennywise one.
Including a chia pet.
The only one I'm missing for the Pennywise one is the version 2 of this one here. I'll show you in a minute. Actually, no, it's version 1. So this is version 2. That's version 2 of Pennywise. The only one I'm missing is the version 1, so the first one of this one. So that would complete the entire set of Pennywise.
Nice.
The Jasons. There's the Movie Maniacs.
Yeah, that was insane that we found those.
We got Evil Ash, which is actually getting another figure done from Evil Ash right here. Is being done by Reaction Toys, which is a product of Funko, and they're making an entire lineup of Army of Darkness figures.
Let's get the hell away from here. Voltron.
Voltron. So you only have the Psycho, the Movie Maniacs.
Psycho's a great film.
Pumpkinhead. Here's another one, guys. This one's getting actually a remake done too, but we don't know much about it. Pumpkinhead figure from Movie Maniacs.
Oh yeah, we forgot a sequel to Trick or Treat's coming also, but nothing else known.
And we have Freddy from Friday the 13th. Movie Maniacs. Oops.
You have a lot of collections.
Oh, I know. Which one is it? Oh, there's this one here.
That's badass. Like that.
This one's super cool, guys. This one's a special edition Freddy vs. Jason Movie Maniacs figure.
Okay, you got 2 questions. Any small figures, yes. And any non-horror action 80s action figures. Well,
80s action on horror. I do have a Spawn one.
you do, dude.
Yeah.
Here, I'll bring all of
We
them.
have Spawn. Do have a Spawn one. This is She Spawn. I believe this one came out in 1996. It's a deluxe edition.
You want to see this is here, they're yours. So here, I'll put that away for you. And what are you doing with this?
Non-80s horror film figures. I got Last Action Hero Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here. Oops.
Like,
Terrible collection.
Why are you throwing it at me for?
We have Batman.
Don't throw them.
And I have Spider-Man.
So what should we talk about now?
Oh, that orange thing next to Chucky? Okay, I'll bring him out.
The orange. You want? Oh, Elvira rocks. She does rock, and that's a cool name.
Elvira rocks. Oh, he dropped a sack. There's a good joke for you.
Yeah, not
It's
Sonic.
Sam from Trick or Treat. This is a Mezco figure that they came out with, I believe, not too long ago. There's also a NECA Ultimate Sam that's out now. As you can see, it's got the clothing exactly the same from the film.
Great film, though.
He's got the lollipop.
Lollipop.
So- Sam from Trick or Treat is the orange guy that was next to Chucky.
Very good film. Anything else we should tackle? Don't break them. Don't.
Put Sam back in here. Get in there, Sam.
Don't drop your sack. Hi, I'll be the rocks. Like I said, wicked name. Oh, I guess we're getting.
We're basically going after all the Chuckies and that there. They got
On the Chuckies.
This one's super cool, actually.
Do we want to? Here's a big one. I'm going to ask you. Do we want to see one of the Mark Hamill Chucky?
No,
Okay.
but here we go.
Richard.
Ultimate, or not Ultimate. This is a Movie Maniacs. Movie Maniacs Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger figure
Creepy.
that I got at Comic Con.
Oh God. No.
What?
Did you not hear that?
What?
Look who just bumped his head.
Oh,
It was like I had my head turned to you, and all I hear clunk.
I gotta fix him then.
Yeah, you might want to. Sounds like Annabelle. I'm Sarah.
Sarah
I'll be
Virus.
my middle name.
Oh, that's cool.
Why wouldn't your parents?
We got Friday the 13th, Part 7. And he actually makes noise from the film. And if you lift up the mask, that's the first
yeah,
time
dude,
Kane Hodder donned the mask as Jason in this figure from NECA.
Oh dear Lord. The guy just said this, and they just fart. You were heard. Don't. Elvira's a wicked middle name, Sarah. You shouldn't blame your parents for that, because Elvira is one of the most iconic horror females, I guess.
I guess so. We got Michael Myers from Halloween H2O as Hot Topic exclusive figure. Pretty neat. Not too bad, but probably my favorite Michael Myers one would have to be...
Sarah says you got wicked stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Make sure you get in the camera. He said.
Thank you very much. It'd probably have to be this one. The FYE exclusive blood splatter Michael Myers. And as you can see from like the back of it, is actually from the first film, from Halloween. Which is super cool.
Oh, it's funny. Sorry. I had to put my head down.
What else do we have on here?
Any Resident Evil?
Resident Evil figures? No.
None. Not yet. Would there be any joining this horror marathon collection?
If they have any. I know we got the Halloween.
Make sure you show because the camera. There you go.
Halloween 2018 Michael Myers. I'm still waiting to get the Laurie Strode one. I haven't got the Laurie Strode one yet, but I'm hoping to hopefully add the Laurie Strode one at some point.
Groovy.
Oh yeah, the Chucky one. I forgot about him. The NECA Chucky. Which this one here, you can see it comes with all the heads. Child's Play in the cool little box. Oh yeah, the Freddy's. I didn't see all the Freddy's from the NECA.
Camera towards the figures.
Oh.
Elvira, yes, we both have seen the new Chucky film. I don't want to crap on it, but it was not good. If you've seen the originals,
That's the part 3.
if you've seen the original films, stay with those. This one's was. How should we answer that? Nah.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
Could be for you though. So.
And this is the Ultimate Part 2 Freddy Krueger figure that NECA released. Then, the box on this one is super beat up, but I got it for Christmas. And it's the finale one to complete the set. This is the Ultimate 30th Anniversary Nightmare on Elm Street figure that NECA came out with from the original film.
Classic film.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, if you want...
Chucky.
Don't. You know.
This is the MDS Mezco version of Chucky. As you see, Mezco does a really, really solid job with the figures too. It actually looks exactly like the character. They've done a really awesome job. Most of my collection is pretty much Mezco and NECA.
And horror.
Well, definitely horror figures. Oh yeah, these two. I forgot about these two.
Oh yeah.
We have another Mezco one. That's Sam from Trick or Treat. And this is Regan from The Exorcist that I got last year from Mezco as well.
Controlled by a freaking Android cell phone, really?
Yeah, it's not a great film.
It's not really good. It's basically if our electronics went crazy and wanted to kill us. That's what this Chucky basically was, sadly.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. No.
Part 3 from Jason. As you can see, the really cool electricer, I can't say that word, whatever it's called, the case for it. It's like the 3D one.
3D case sounds better. There you go.
That's the whole set of the Jasons from NECA.
Actually, watch you
I'm knocking everything over here. It's a domino effect.
The way the shelves, to show his shelves, he kind of can't because we're on the PlayStation 4. I don't know, is there a way to show your shelves?
There might be.
He might know how. I don't know how.
I might be able to stretch out the camera and show everybody. Maybe. Here's the, this one was actually super cool. Freddy Funko from, dressed up as Pennywise. Now this Funko here, there's only 4,000 made. It's a limited edition Comic-Con exclusive from San Diego. That they only made so many of these ones. And the trending value for this one right now on the Funko app is roughly around $394 for this guy. Let's see if we can figure out the other thing.
I don't know. Have to get into her cell phone. It's the only way.
We got the Glow Chase from Jason. $170 Funko Pop. Super cool. This is probably my favorite Jason one, is this one. Unmasked. There's only 1,008 of these made. And it's another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from 2015. And the trending value on this one, guys, on the Funko app is roughly around $483 for this one. Because he's pretty rare. There's only 1,008 of these figures out there. The unmasked Jason from Friday the 13th. Alright, what are we talking about here? Have Blair Witch game on 4th February. Looking forward
You played that Blair Witch Project game. You played that.
I did play it, yeah. Blair Witch Project game was actually decent. It had a lot of interesting scares in it. It was very well done and very, very odd. It's a lot like the movies, how it's like super duper strange and super weird, but it works. It's a really good game.
So if anyone wants to follow you on PlayStation or on, if you do, can't talk all of a sudden. you want to follow both him and I, our channels, Chad and Tyler's Awesome Adventure, or if you want to follow us on the PlayStation 2, he is Clown3333, and mine is Broken Hardies. So again, that's Clown3333, and I'm Broken Hardies on the PlayStation. If you don't know Broken Hardies is, that's a WWE team, the Hardy Boys, but at the time when they returned, it was Broken Hardies. So, oh nice. Okay, so we know where she's from. She's from the UK.
It's on a disc on the 4th in the UK. Nice. You'll really enjoy it. It's a super cool game. We have Tiffany here, guys. I recently just got this to complete my collection. Tiffany from Bride of Chucky. Stay. Yeah, a lot of them you can see over here briefly. If I can move the camera a little bit.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
See, there's... Whoa.
Oh, here.
That's because it's, like, drunk much, eh? How do I...
Way when you do this.
Well, I can't figure it out. It's the TV, okay. So there's all that one. There is basically...
That's everything else.
All my entire horror collection is right here. If it's friggin'... How the hell is this? There we go.
And there's the rest.
That's the entire horror collection right there, basically.
Yeah.
Is everything.
Whoa, I think he said, whoa.
Because I can't...
They make a Patrick Mahomes one. I'd buy that. What do you think? Do you think they might?
Patrick Mahomes?
There could be a chance, because I would say maybe.
They could make Funkos of that, you never know.
But
Wicked, guys. Yeah, it's a super cool collection. I've been collecting for a long time, so I definitely have a lot of... a
lot of stuff, and this is probably the best horror collection you'll ever see. Kneel down. You're going to have to kneel when you go to put your toys. I'm going to grab us both another drink.
We got Predator. This was Predator 2, actually, this figure here, which is super cool, super realistic. Done by NECA.
I'm going to just run past you. Let's see for a minute. Grab your drink.
Thank you.
I'll be 2 seconds. So you're on your own here.
And we have Pinhead from Hellraiser, which is done by NECA. Which is actually brings me to our next topic here. Oh, Christ. NECA is actually made... the next one is an Ultimate Pinhead. So Ultimate Pinhead is coming, guys, from NECA. Super cool. I'm definitely looking forward to getting that one and adding it to my collection that you guys can see is growing pretty wildly, my horror collection. With a crap ton of figures and a lot of different horror things. I don't know if I showed you guys the Deadlights Pennywise one, which I'll show you in a minute. Deadlights Pennywise. This one actually comes from Hot Topic. If you guys purchase the Hot Topic collector's box, I think it is, this figure is in there with it. It's the Deadlights Pennywise.
Another thing I just thought of. Oh. If you guys collect like we do, there is a Facebook page that the head guy of this YouTube channel started. What's it called again?
Facebook page for
collectors.
Oh, toy collectors?
Yes. What's it called?
Oh crap! I have to go into.
Oh yes, there's 2 Jaws pills. One's behind me. I think there's 2. Isn't there one?
I think so. And that's the 10-inch Pennywise, guys, that I recently just got. It almost completes the whole Pennywise collection from Funko.
So if you guys want to follow, like I said, we do have a page, just showing all the stuff, called Toys and Figures Collectors on Facebook.
So, there is the Thermal Predator, which I recently just got.
So again, guys, like I said, if you guys want to show off, so you farted in Jaws melt. Okay, don't drop anything, bud.
I'm trying not to drop him. We got the Grid Alien guys, which I recently just got too. Super cool figure from McFarlane Toys.
Yeah.
Gizmo in the Car, which is a Hot Topic exclusive, currently worth $40, I think, on the Funko app. Do you like the Wolf Creek movies? I haven't seen those.
No, I haven't either. Well, I think we found our column. Maybe those.
Oh yeah, this one here. Still have to watch part 1 and 2 of it. Nice. This one here, guys, is actually super cool.
Oh,
It's an old school figure from Nosferatu, I believe it is.
Yep.
And it's worth like $130, I think.
Toledo.
It's super duper neat. I never even knew anything about these figures. I just found them at a local convention. And I ended up buying like half the set of it. Here it is there. Super cool.
Yeah, some really badass figures.
This guy here.
Okay, we should.
This one here. I'm not really sure what these ones are from. We just found them at a local convention. I thought they were cool.
The best way of putting it, we both found, like you said, we found them. I had chipped in to help him get them, and they're really rad.
I know you guys are looking forward to that's the Pumpkinhead one from Movie Maniacs. There's only a few of the Movie Maniacs ones that I'm actually missing. Not many of them, but a few of them. This one here, which I'm not sure if they've seen that one.
Yeah, where's my table?
Oh, it's a little bear. It's a bear table.
It's a very glass table. You can't knock on it or we have glass everywhere.
And we have this one. Psycho. The Flasher Gremlin, I do have that. I will have to find that for you. But I do have him.
Just wait.
There's Evil Ash from Army of Darkness.
Fun to come. Okay, now, where would you?
I didn't show you guys this one. This is Freddy Krueger, NECA figure from Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Oh, yeah, it was.
70%.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
We got Angelique here from Hellraiser. This one here, guys, is from Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween, Michael Myers.
You did it yourself. Ash vs. Evil Dead when it was.
Yep.
This guy has the Ultimate Freddy with one with 3 faces.
Nice. And there's this one here, Nosferatu. The Mezco 112 Collective Freddy Krueger. Yeah, you wanted Flasher Gremlin. Yeah, let's see if I can find him. He's somewhere in here.
You see me cautious.
I know, I'll have to find them. That doesn't really close. Oh, we stick on Gremlins.
Oh, yes.
I do have a few more Gremlins ones. We got Bat Gremlin from NECA.
Something drop.
Just a card or something.
Ah.
And Christmas Carols from Gremlin.
Two weeks off on the name. This is perfect. Don't have to say much.
You don't know where the fuck he's buried in there somewhere. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole entire collection. Is a lot of those stuff. Most of it is NECA. A few of those figures are. This whole lineup here is all from Mezco. So that's all Mezco collection. I got Funkos. There's Funkos over there. McFarlane toys. And NECAs, basically. You have creepy, collectible, wicked stuff. Oh, thank you.
So, what else should we discuss? Toys seem to be the way to go. You're right. So, should we change our name to Chad and Tyler's Awesome Toy Adventure?
Well, we could. We'll see.
Because right now you got 83 people talking. So, like I said, if anybody wants to follow us on, if you have the PlayStation or you want to just follow us on YouTube, this is our channel. So it's Chad and Tyler's Awesome Adventure. And for PlayStation, his is Clown3333, and mine is Broken Hardies. So again, like I said, if you want to follow us, you're more than welcome to. I'll flex.
What's up, man? Behind him was a Star Wars figure here.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars collectibles. Check you will keep them there.
Yeah, you don't want to have anyone bump their heads like you've done.
Oh yeah. Sticking on Star Wars too. I recently have this one here. The Black Series Star Wars. This is from, I believe it's The Last Jedi. Mark Hamill. Super cool figure. Again, I found it at a local convention.
Yeah, we found quite a lot of cool, groovy stuff.
A lot of these cool figures you can easily find at local
conventions,
local
or
conventions,
Comic-Cons, or what's Figma?
I have no idea. But yeah, a lot of these stuff you can find at conventions for decent prices a lot of the time if you can find it. There's tons of cool figures.
Anything else? Because
I don't think they've seen the Jason one.
I don't know.
Or not the Jason, the video game one.
No, they have not seen it.
This here, guys, is the video game Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street video game that was released on original Nintendo that NECA made based on the game.
So, when do we switch our name?
I don't know, we could.
We could, because it seems like that's where the way to go. You're right. You looking at the Gremlins?
I found one of the Gremlins. This will take a while. I got a freaking crap ton of Funkos here. Oh, there's a cool one. Oh, here he is.
We got two more to show. They're both in the Gremlins, so hope you guys enjoy.
The Gremlins, I have the Flashing Gremlin, which is right there. I also have the female Gremlin.
What a great film back in the day. Gremlins 1, and then there's Gremlins 2.
Excuse me. the Specialty Predator Specialty series. They only made so many of him. The Alien 40th Anniversary Blue Alien. We have Annabelle in a chair from Comes Home. We have Ripley in a spacesuit. 40th Anniversary Alien Specialty one. We're almost through some pops here that are on the floor. We got Reagan for The Exorcist. We have Chucky.
All great. What a collection.
We have Kelly from Ash vs. Evil Dead.
That's great.
Krampus. Hot Topic exclusive.
And for the
That's Pennywise one. But he's not a specialty one. The only like specialty Pennywise ones I have is, well, I got a few of them, but
show 'em all.
we got FYE exclusive Pennywise with the beaver hat, and Pennywise with the skateboard.
He does not have any Barbies or Hulk figures. Just horror figures.
Probably one of the coolest ones that I found. And this is a guy that's kind of like, before we show off this one, this is a guy that's, you know, meant a lot to like the superhero stuff and a lot of the Marvel movies that we know and love today that we lost a few years ago.
Yep.
That I thought was super cool to pick this figure up. And this is a very special one to me anyways, is my Stan Lee figure. Vinyl Idols Stan Lee figure from Funko. Super cool. Probably one of the greatest comic book creators of all time.
The greatest. I would say the greatest. Nobody else is going to do what he did for comic world.
Gremlins.
Oh yeah.
I also have the video game Gremlins.
I remember that game. I played that. That one I do a little bit.
Oh, he dropped his damn it. Stay.
And you. I.
Oh yeah, there's another Stanley one in here. Then we'll go back to things.
Continue. This is getting
We'll
views.
continue a little bit. There's Stan Lee. I thought this was a cool vinyl or Funko one too. It's like a bronze version of Stan Lee. And now all the ones that you can see that Funko's bringing out, and I've seen this on Toys on Fire, all Stan Lee's cameos are all coming out as Funko figures.
Huh. I did not know that. That's.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to say it's catchphrase, but that is
Excelsior.
marvelous. No Muppets either.
No Muppets. We got Leatherface. I believe that's a Mezco exclusive one. Oh yeah, I forgot about another Gremlins one that I have.
Forgot about the Gremlins again.
It's the Funko 2018 convention Gizmo and Gremlin.
Any plushies? I think I've pronounced that correctly.
Any of the plush ones? No.
None of the plushies to knowledge. No. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. Christ.
Michael Myers, and this is actually a Funko one too. This is a Wacky Wobbler. And he's actually worth like $117 on the website.
Wow. That's a wacky for a wobbler.
That was cheesy.
Meant to be.
Predator in bobblehead form.
Well, we keep going down from 4 to 10, so we're doing well.
Alien. That's another NECA one. This one's actually super cool. It's a PX exclusive and it glows in the dark. Not horror related, really. Swamp Thing.
Nice. No Ghostbusters yet. That would be me. If there's any Ghostbusters figures, that would be me. I'm the
Swamp
Ghostbusters
Thing,
fan.
PX exclusive.
So no, he does not have any Ghostbusters, such or such. That again, I would be the one collecting them, since I am the mega GB fan. And for another big one, this is from.
This is Movie Moments Funko Pop of Pennywise and Georgie. And it's running for about $79 on the Funko app right now. Pennywise and Georgie Movie Moments. I believe at the time that was a Hot Topic exclusive. Also got this one. Pennywise and Georgie Vinyl Funko.
You gonna float? I hope not.
They'll float down here. I think that's
I think you've shown mostly everything, or about everything.
pretty much. Oh, my Freddy Funko I put up here. I put him down here now.
Freddy Krueger.
Oh, yeah.
For the finale.
We got the Ultimate 2009 Jason, which NECA came out with, I think it was last year, from the 2009 film. We stick on Jason.
Wayne, Jason.
The special edition, Part 2, Friday the 13th. And then we have Mezco's version of Jason, which is this one.
Yes, we both have. We saw it together actually on.
There's his face.
We got two big horror questions right behind each other.
Alright, I'll get those in 2 seconds. You can touch on Scary Stories.
Scary Stories quickly. It's a movie by Guillermo del Toro. I have to say that slowly or I stutter it. It's based on, I've heard, books from the 80s and 90s that scared kids to death. Any good movie horrors. I'm going to stop talking. Any good
Horror movies? Annabelle Comes Home was very good.
Yes, that was recent. That was great. We just saw another one.
Curse of La Llorona is fantastic.
Get a horror man.
3 from Hell. If you haven't seen 3 from Hell yet, is amazing.
That series, that is just.
If you have Shudder, 3 from Hell is coming next month on Shudder.
What else?
What else did I watch on Shudder?
Oh,
Nightmare Cinema was not bad.
yeah, you enjoyed that. I don't
That's
have
on
some
Shudder. Haunt is on Shudder. Haunt's a very good movie.
Creep
Show series is fantastic.
Yep, there's Crawl. We haven't seen it yet, but we've heard good things about Crawl.
Definitely heard good things about Crawl. I haven't watched it yet, but heard a lot of good things about it.
I'm blanking.
I think that's mostly all that's on Shudder. I can check the Shudder thing and see what I've seen on there. Oh, cool! I got a new subscriber. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, another new subscriber. Cool.
Yes, there you go. Elvira agrees.
Creepshow season was wicked. Creepshow is fantastic. I love it. I can't wait to see what they do with season 2 on Shudder. I think they're going to do a fantastic job. Probably one of my favorite episodes had to be the one that was partly helped directed by, or special effects, I think, were by Tom Savini in it, and it was fantastic. Oh my god, he did such a good job on that. Tobin Bell as well was amazing. Oh, bless, there's another movie coming on here I didn't even know.
Nice.
There's some new ones on Shudder right now, guys. Deadlands, I haven't seen it yet. It's a TV show. Bliss. The Marshes is another new one on here. I haven't watched it yet.
There's quite a lot on Shudder. If you have Shudder, guys, it's incredible. There's so much horror movies on here that, like, there's just tons of stuff to watch. We watched Sleepaway Camp. That was...
you touch on that.
It was different. For its time, I would say it's probably a decent enough horror film, but to watch it now, it's not really as good, I guess, watching it back now than it was back then, but...
It was.
It wasn't terrible. But yeah, Creepshow was fantastic. Tobin Bell was great in there. David Arquette was incredible in that one. Yeah, a lot of really good actors in that horror movie. Halloween Kills, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they continue to close out the Halloween franchise. I think Kills is going to be fantastic. And then we got Halloween Ends coming out next year, which is going to be great as well. So definitely looking forward to see what they do with the next couple Halloween movies. We know for a fact, I think, that James Jude Courtney and both Nick Castle have signed on to close out the franchise. I want to see Clown 2020 movie. Yeah, there's the Terrifier 2, which is coming out this year. I believe that's Art the Clown.
I think, yeah.
Should be good. It's the follow-up movie to the Terrifier, the first one. So, if you enjoyed Terrifier 1, you might enjoy Terrifier 2. It'd be interesting to see where they take that series. For what it did, it actually was not terrible, watching it back on Netflix.
No, it wasn't.
It Chapter 2 was phenomenal. I seen that one. That was a really good movie. I really enjoyed Chapter 2. I enjoyed Chapter 1 a lot. I thought It Chapter 1 was really great. I know we have Hellraiser, I think, is in talks for a movie and a TV series, but I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with it. Leatherface, they're in talks to doing another film.
What else? This is actually funny. I'll talk after this, so... Interesting. What else? That's good. They got too many subscribers. That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. Great horror games. If you guys want to play great horror games, Outlast 2, Outlast 1 is fantastic. Blair Witch game is really good. You'll really enjoy it if you're into those type of things. Layers of Fear 2 I thought was a great horror game. Really well done. Tony Todd is the narrator for Layers of Fear 2, so if you guys are interested in playing a really good horror game with probably one of the biggest icons in horror, I would say, I'd put him up there with England and with Hodder and stuff like that. Tony Todd doing the narrating for Layers of Fear 2 was really cool. We know Dying Light is delayed indefinitely, which really sucks. I was definitely looking forward to Dying Light 2. It looked like a really good game. I enjoyed the first Dying Light game. Yeah, just hopefully they can get whatever the issue was resolved, and
hopefully we can see it.
We'll hear about something about Dying Light 2 at some point.
What else? Anything else you want to touch on? Or
Cyberpunk's delayed until September.
September shows the Avengers. I mean, that's a good sign, not a bad.
Yeah, because Cyberpunk wasn't really quite done yet, I would think. That was the rumor, was like things weren't quite polished enough for them to release the game. So that's why that's delayed till September, I believe. Avengers is delayed till September. But we do have Doom coming out. Doom Eternal, which looks phenomenal. Probably going to be one of the best Doom games that they've ever made. By the looks of like the video and the trailer and the gore and everything over the top. It's probably going to be one of the better Doom games. Are you excited for the Predator game? I think the Predator game will be really good. I'm really excited to play the Predator game. If you pre-order the Predator game, you can play as the original, was it 1987 Predator?
I think you said.
87 Predator as a skin to use in the Predator game, which looks super cool. And it's from the same guys that brought you the Friday the 13th game, Gun Media. But Gun Media is working with somebody in this game, so that'll probably help to make it better, because I know after a while, I played F-13, and I'd probably recommend F-13 as one of the better horror games, but it definitely has its flaws and its issues with
Everything's going on.
with gameplay issues and online issues and a few other things that have plagued that game. But apparently most of it is getting fixed now, so we'll see. If you guys are big Jason fans, it's definitely a cool game to play if you're interested in that kind of thing.
The last thing is, I don't know how to pronounce that.
V-Wars on Netflix. I have not seen that yet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even seen Dracula yet, but Dracula looks like it's going to be a really good show.
True.
And that's a season as well, I think, isn't it?
I think so. I don't remember though.
I haven't. The last Dracula movie I think I've seen was Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, that's the last one I've seen.
But definitely looking forward to watching Dracula and a few other cool horror shows on Netflix. Netflix is definitely the place to go for old school horror.
I would say so.
Outside of Shudder, if you don't have Shudder, then Netflix is probably your next best option because they got a few horror movies on there. But if you're really, really huge into horror movies and you love horror movies as much as I do, Shudder is an incredible purchase to make. It's really good. It's like $4 a month,
Yeah, it's cheap.
and I think for the year it's only like $60 or something like that. Definitely worth it. If you don't have Shudder, definitely go out and get Shudder. If you're a horror fan, it's got everything on there. There's so many new movies being added each month. I think there's like 3 or 4 new ones that are just added like this month alone.
Nice.
Plus everything from the past, from different cultures for horror movies, everything. Shudder is a really, really great app. I love it.
Nice. Well, almost 2-hour video.
Yeah, we'll wait and see if they pop up a few more questions.
Oh, they can ask anything. But I think we should change our thing from movies to toys. I think toys is the way to. I think you're right.
It seems to be the way to do it.
Shockingly, yes.
The next video we gotta get like a
what you want to do.
Funko box and
Yeah, we got to.
do an opening unboxing.
100%. Any toys we get, we'll get onto this channel and we'll do it. That's the way to go. If there's any other questions about if we're excited for anything, or if you guys are excited for anything, or if you guys again have seen something.
Oh, touching on another Netflix show, The Witcher is actually doing another movie.
A show on another season
Another
and a movie.
show on Netflix. It's an animated one. It's called The Dark something.
I didn't know anything about.
I forget what it's called. The Dark something. I read about it the other day. Another Witcher show
Nice.
is coming to Netflix.
Oh, and Adam Sandler's movie's coming.
Oh yeah, Uncut Gems at the end of the month for Netflix as well.
So a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff coming
Get your popcorn ready.
for The Witcher, for Adam Sandler. I haven't seen the Witcher series, but I heard good things about the Witcher series.
have I.
That it's really well done.
And it's got Henry Cavill, who I like. I've
Yeah.
not seen either.
But Henry Cavill apparently is not doing the animated one. It won't be Henry Cavill in that one.
No? Interesting.
I'm not sure why. I think maybe they're saving him for another thing for the Witcher.
Probably. So, like we both said, if there's any other questions, or, I repeat myself, sugar plums, or recommendations, or anything at all, don't be afraid to just ask away. This is open to, yeah.
That one's like Hulk Smash Controller.
Which are at least better.
Better than... Never mind.
Better than him smashing something else.
Oh yeah. Well, there's so much coming out. Hanukkah, like the Sid Haig's final film, is supposed to be released sometime this year. We're not exactly sure when.
I think it was released already on VHS, and it was released, I think, on VHS. They said they were going to.
Yeah, not sure when it's coming to DVD. I hope it's coming soon, because I really want to watch his last
We
movie.
both do. We're both fans.
But yeah, guys, let us know anything. Any shows that you're excited for, any movies that you're excited for coming on Netflix or on Shudder,
Video game?
video games. I know the games that I'm excited for, half of them are delayed.
I'll agree. Half the games are both excited for are delayed. Bada bing, bada boom. Really stinks, but if they're made better, then that's amazing.
Yeah. It sucks that we already lost Cyberpunk, probably one of the biggest games for PS4 this year.
Yeah.
Avengers we lost.
That was a plus. That's a blessing than a curse.
We lost Dying Light with no apparent release date on that one.
That could be done. I think
It looked great though. It looked great from what we've seen at E3 from it.
the curse.
It looked great from like
Everything we've seen.
all the follow-up videos for it looked fantastic. It looked like a really, really well done game, but I
And
don't
then
know.
all of a sudden the company just said,
And now it's indefinite.
"Yeah, it's I don't know. We'll wait and see."
Any big plan? Like, what do you guys think are coming for this year's E3? I think there's a few things that I maybe can see this year. The UFC 4, I know it's definitely in the works. We've heard about that.
You guys don't know when.
John Anik is doing commentating on it and stuff like that.
I hope that's before E3, so I don't want that being delayed.
We could see it if it holds true to like the UFC 3 game. We could see it maybe March, April-ish. So there could be a trailer coming within the next couple months. But other big games for like the Evil Dead thing that Ash has been talking about, Bruce Campbell.
That's true.
We could possibly see what that project is at E3. Or maybe that project is him coming as a character for Combo Pack 2 for MK. We're not exactly sure what he's doing.
No, it's Ash. We don't think we're supposed to know.
Just that he recorded voiceovers for a new game, so we'll see what happens with that. It'd be cool to see another Evil Dead game. We haven't had an Evil Dead game since PlayStation 1, I think it was, or PlayStation 2.
One of the original PlayStations.
It was either 1 or 2. I remember had them. That was Hail to the King, I think was the first one. And then there was Regeneration, I think was the third one. And then there was, I forget what the other one was. But it's definitely long overdue to see another game from that.
It would be Groot.
There's been talks of Halloween maybe getting the game.
That's been talks of that. Child's Play getting one. Oh my god, almost every horror character you could think of would get one.
Yeah, a lot of good, interesting things that we can see. We know Fast and Furious is getting a game.
Yep. Do we need it? I'm not gonna judge until we find out what it is.
It looks to me like from the trailer that we've seen, it looks like another version basically of like what EA's done with like Need for Speed. It's just done with
The characters.
with Fast and the Furious movie characters instead of the characters that EA makes for Need for Speed. But it basically looks like the same kind of idea as like what Need for Speed would be. It's the same idea as what Fast and the Furious is for the PlayStation 4.
Yep.
Let you babble on there for a minute. I'll be back in 10 seconds. I'll throw out the garbage.
Babble. Since now I'm by myself a bit here. Yeah, like he said and I've said before, if there's any other questions, just ask away. We'll answer to the best of our ability, and I can't talk, Christ. And again, if you want to follow myself, I'm Broken Hardys. That's based on the WWE Wrestling Tag Team. And again, we love getting recommendations for movies, games, etc., etc. If anybody else wants to ask away, the floor is yours.
And if anybody knows when the fights are coming on not Netflix. Oh, I can show off this thing actually.
I don't know how you're gonna find stuff. It just.
Well, murdered Chucky in the process. I recently got this picture, guys. Brooke Henderson, Canada's #1 golf phenom. I actually won that.
Murdered Chucky.
And I murdered Chucky. He's kind of like dead here. And Chucky, guys. I have Chucky here. He actually moves around and stuff like that. I got him from, I believe it was Spirit Halloween. Yeah, Spirit Halloween had that Chucky. He was roughly, I think, $120 or $150, I think it was, somewhere around there.
Wow.
They had another Chucky come out this year, but I didn't get it yet. The big, I think it was Chucky from Child's Play 2. That NECA release, or not NECA, but Spirit Halloween came out with, but I didn't get that one yet.
Oh, only 2 people on. Should be. What do you think?
We'll wrap it up in a little bit.
Up to you. Ouch, my head.
Oh yeah, UFC. I can grab my shadow box.
Any big UFC fans? This is something. This is awesome.
Those of you guys who like UFC, as you can see here, I got my glove signed from Valerie Letourneau. I met her recently in Ottawa at an event that she was doing. Got her to sign my glove. The other two signatures are Stevie Ray and Aljamain Sterling from UFC. I met them both on when UFC came to Ottawa the first time. I believe it was 2006 with Rory McDonald versus Josh Thompson, or Stephen Thompson, sorry. But there it is, guys. Valerie Letourneau signed glove with Stevie Ray and Aljamain Sterling. As well, on the back, it's signed by Octagon Girl Chrissy Blair. And above me, you can see Chris Weidman's autograph, Chrissy Blair, Aljamain Sterling, Stevie Ray, and Chael Sonnen's autograph behind me as well. For those of you guys who watched the fight last weekend, what are your thoughts on Cowboy versus Conor? I'm probably going to get a drink in a minute because I'm dying. I'm going to get a water. Well, I fired up the UFC train so you can talk about the Conor fight. And what do you think next for Conor? We got 5 people in there, so somebody will say something in a minute. It's a good video, though.
I would definitely say so.
If you make it longer, it's better because then more people can watch it.
I agree. I'm not dying. I'm just can't talk. So, like you said, who would, if you're UFC fans, who do you want to see the Notorious One take on next? For myself, I would say, I'm going to butcher his last name, Medvedev is who I'd like to see.
Masvidal?
Medvedev, thank you. I know I was going to butcher it. Oops.
I think Jorge Masvidal makes sense if Kamaru Usman is injured and they battle it out for maybe a interim 170-pound welterweight title fight to decide who the winner is going to be to face Usman. Which I think both are great fights for Conor. Usman or Masvidal, both of those will be really good. I know they're looking at maybe a trilogy fight with Nate Diaz, which I think will also be good. His trainer once is thinking maybe Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje, which I think will also be a good fight. And we like to see. And then the big one that Dana White's thinking of maybe doing, depending how the fight between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Tony Ferguson goes, maybe we see Conor versus Khabib 2 added at some point next year. Or this year, sorry. Because Conor wants to fight at least 3 more times this year, so we'll see what happens with it. Would I be opposed to Conor versus Khabib 2? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a good fight. I definitely think it'll be a little bit better than the first fight that they had. Maybe Conor has brushed up on his skills and stuff. It'll be a much closer battle this time around as compared to what it was last time. And it'll definitely make a lot of money. And like with Conor McGregor, there's also another fight that he's talking about. Maybe in the boxing realm against Manny Pacquiao. Which could be very interesting to see how Conor does in maybe another boxing match with Manny. And he's also maybe talking about a rematch with Floyd Mayweather, so it'd be interesting to see if Floyd Mayweather does something with Conor, because I know Floyd Mayweather teased a picture of him boxing Conor again, and maybe Floyd versus Khabib. And Khabib had an interesting situation that he wanted to do for if he does get to box with Mayweather, He wants 11 rounds of boxing with him, with the last round to be an MMA match. So 11 rounds of boxing and then the last round to be MMA is what Khabib is trying to convince Mayweather to do, maybe in a boxing fight. Because Khabib doesn't really have much longer left in the sport. He wants to retire. He's got Tony next, maybe another shot at Conor. And then, who knows, maybe he goes to boxing.
Maybe.
Tries his luck at boxing. I think him and Mayweather would probably be a good fight. But I think Mayweather would probably destroy Khabib, especially if he can't do takedowns and he can't take it to the ground and do the wrestling. If it's just strictly like 11 rounds of boxing, I think Mayweather probably has his number set on that one.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because Mayweather's probably one of the best boxers.
Yeah.
My girlfriend said the comments is not working.
Weird.
Yeah, YouTube is being weird sometimes. Like, it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. I don't really understand it.
I kind of wondered if there was more comments, but we're just not seeing them.
Probably. It'd probably kick in or something, because it probably went to... I didn't really go to sleep, because it's still on air, so I don't know what they're doing.
No.
I don't think anybody really knows what's going on with that, but... That's basically most of the stuff with UFC. I know tonight we got the big fight with... Junior Dos Santos and Curtis Blades.
Yeah, with rocks in the hands, as you say.
That'll be an interesting battle for sure. I like Blades and I like Dos Santos. Dos Santos never really disappoints. I'd like to see maybe Dos Santos win it.
What's it showing?
Comments not showing or working.
Okay. Is there anything recently that we've missed?
I don't know. Hold on, guys. We're going to continue the UFC talk in a minute. I'm just going to end this or see what's happening here. Hold on.
Wait a second.
Yeah, it's not showing. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know either. And that last girl, Elvira Rock, she's a YouTuber. That's how she's found us.
Really?
Yep.
How do you know that?
Oops.
Hold on, guys. I'm going to restart this thing. We're going to continue on movies and stuff, but we're also going to continue like with the UFC talk and stuff like that. And if there's any questions, let me know if it works the second time that we launch it, okay?